Hello, this is Ronnie. I'm sharing with you here a clip taken from a long video that I just finished to record for my subscribers. I think you will find the clip very interesting. Okay, this is gold. That's the weekly. Well, at first sight, and possibly the right side for now, is looking like gold is heading higher. Gold and silver are heading higher. They're strong. We have examined the dollar index. We are on the whole content with the patterns that we are seeing, that they are pointing to further weakness in the US dollar, and you can see that in many other forex pairs, not just the ones that we covered. If you go through, you will see there is now it is just look at, for example, US dollar, Singapore dollar. You will see what a tumble it took in the last few weeks. It's now in a situation of cooling off, and the Fed is delaying raising rates. I think that it's all part of this game. It's a way for them to help the emerging markets. It's a way for them to ease the pressure. They themselves specifically put their finger on the issue of international tensions, etc. So it's pretty clear that the game is on here to weaken the dollar for now, and that is opening the door here for gold, and gold is reacting very positively. Gold, silver, the other metals reacting very positively, but I want us not to get lost in the euphoria that could actually last another month or two, but then something nasty could happen. I'm not saying this is a high confidence reading. What I'm saying is that it is wise to get ready for a possible sharp, nasty reversal as soon as we can clear 5 legs up on the daily. And let me show you what I mean. This is the weekly now, and we worked with the idea that that's an ABC, that's an X. Now, the strange thing about taking this as an important bottom is the briefness. That this is so brief that the C, you see, the C that we assume ended here is much briefer than the A. The A took a number of months, and the C does not appear to be a match on the scale of time. And that is an issue. That is an issue, and we have to therefore stay open-minded to this possibility that what we are seeing now is a rally that could actually turn out to be a C. Could that turn out to be a C inside a complex B? Okay, inside the complex B, we already witnessed a complex B right here. Okay, so it's not unusual for this market to come up with these complex Bs, and it could do it again. It could run up here, give us 5 waves, and everybody will turn absolutely euphoric about the precious metals, and before you know it, it reverses, and in the space of 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, it'll tumble under the floor here and will dive under 1,000, because 1,000 is such a significant psychological number in order to completely shake out and destroy any bullish and optimism growing on this front. It'll break down under 1,000. This is just my thinking. Just looking at this chart and looking at what this break of 1,000 would mean to this market and to all those investors who will jump on board, thinking that we have now nailed almost a 4-year bear market low. That's going to kill them completely. Okay, and then, of course, as you can imagine, it will be ready to soar. So please take this into account. I will now go to the daily, and you can see the scale. This is the A. Okay, this is our A. We presume that the previous move ended here, the X, and we came down, 1 2 1 2 3 4 3 4 5. That looks reasonably clear. And the issue, as I just mentioned, you have here 1 2 3 4 months, basically 4 months going down, and then you come and you have your B ending here with an A B C D E, and what do you have? Oh, that's barely a month, and that is the problem. That is the problem that I spot here. Not that it is impossible, it can happen, especially if you count that we might have seen a failure right here. If you remember, I also discussed that. So yeah, you can squeeze in maybe 6 weeks, but still 6 weeks standing in front of 4 months is just not, it's just not the right balance. And that's why I'm a bit worried that we take this as a major bottom and we ignore the risk. So please be aware of that. Now, all of that optimistic, if you like, optimistic analysis for the next several weeks or maybe 2 or 3 months is really hinging, of course, on gold continuing to perform. And you can see that it ran above the 200 moving average. The 21 turned up nicely. We've got here the 50 turned up very nicely. Okay, and it is sitting on top of the 200. So a lot of things are working for this market at this point. And this is the wave count that I have at this stage on the 60 minutes. We come up, we have potentially a 1-2, 1-2 in operation here. It could also be an AB. Okay, but even if it is an AB, you can see there are still many legs to finish on the upside here. The critical level for those who trade gold, the absolutely critical level at this point on the downside is not to see gold breaking this level. Okay, it comes at 1158 or so right here. If gold breaks 1158 on the cash here spot, that's very bad news. That's very bad news, and it almost certainly suggests that we are going down probably by a lot. Okay, so be very careful. 1158 is an absolute must level for you to watch. If you want an advance notice, if you like, not as powerful technical signal, but nevertheless pretty powerful in the context of the wave count that I'm using here, you better watch 1170. Okay, this level right here, just a notch under 1170. It breaks through 1170, and that could be something that could lead to a big slide. Okay, so if you are a person who likes to play gold very tight, it's right now at 1176.55. You got $6.55, or let's say $7 on the downside here, and you can see how nicely it is leaning on this rising support line here, right here. Okay, it breaks through that. It breaks through my black line, and the red light should be illuminated for you. Big red light. If you are long, it could crash. Now let me show you the remainder of the legs, but it doesn't let me. I have to go to a 4-hour chart so I can capture more price action here. You can see that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and the third in the red ended right here. Okay, so now we're in a tiny fourth wave, and that's why I insist that it mustn't break this level. It mustn't encroach onto this territory, otherwise it tells you that this structure is collapsing. It's just not the right thing. So what else could I do with this? It seems to me like almost the inevitable structure for this one, and that would lead to further downside in my mind. Okay, bouncing up and down here and then running back up. Gold is simply delivering. It is delivering what we are expecting, and it is likely to continue higher. Now this is silver. That's the weekly, and silver short term is definitely looking higher. Okay, we have worked with the idea that that's an ABC, that's an X, that's an A, that's a B, and as you can imagine, the idea that it might have struck a major bottom is also causing a slight mismatch on the time scale here, but not as bad as in gold. That's curious. It's not as bad as it is in the case of gold. Now here we came down in a B, in the A for 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 months, almost 5 months. Okay, and then we run for the B, and we came down 1, 2, 3.5. So okay, you have about 3.5 months versus 4.5 months. That's okay. That's okay. The balance of time is more or less there. You know, we're not going for engineering precision, so it can be tolerated. So that could be indeed the major bottom for silver. And this is a wave count, as I suggested before, could be hyper bullish with a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That is definitely looking bullish fourth wave, and I would expect it to go higher. But look at two things that happen in the last several trading days that are really important. In my mind, I see this closing above the 200 moving average. The 200 moving average is actually turning flat. It's definitely turning flat. You can see the 21 and the 50. You got a cross of the 21 looking decidedly up, and the 50 is following. And another major important thing, you can see this line. Do you remember this line going back many years? It's now sitting right on top. And everything is converging together. This is really amazing. Look, that's the 200, and that's the line, and it's sitting right here, and the pattern is looking bullish because it shows a triangle. It shows a big triangle that can be definitely related to that on the time scale to what we have seen here that we took as an ABC. So you put 1 and 1 gives you 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I expect silver to continue higher. I'll show you here the 120 minutes, and you can see what I took to be a pretty lengthy structure of a triangle. This is still, in my mind, this is bullish. Just in case you would like to have further information or to learn more about my website, I thought of introducing very briefly my website here. That is the front page, and if you scroll down, you will see there are quite a few examples of recent clips that I added. I also have a lot of charts here. If you're interested, there are a lot of charts that you can study, examples of past market action. There are also more charts here under resources at the chart galleries. You have chart galore number 1, number 2, plenty of charts. You've got useful links, recommended reading list, okay, terms of use, private policy. You can get in touch with me if you have any issue, any question whatsoever. Here there is a description of the services, okay, and in fact this you will see once you log in. It will let you see what you subscribe to, okay. So if you subscribe to the Wave Mastery daily service video, you'll get that. If you subscribe to the weekend service, you'll get that. But before subscribing, you might want to actually take a look at a trial. Okay, so you can actually have a trial of the daily video service, the full service. You click right here, and it takes you to the page of the trial. It's 7 calendar days. It only costs €2.99. Okay, €2.99. You can pay with PayPal. It gives you access to the archive. You can also get in touch with me if you have specific questions. I will do my best to answer that. That is the daily service trial, and that's the daily service, the full scale. Then we have the Wave Mastery weekend video service trial. This is also priced at only $2.99. It gives you 12 calendar days. You get 2 long videos with that, okay, fresh videos, and you get access to the archive. And again, you can get in touch with me if you have any questions. That is the issue of the trial. Here on the main page you have some articles that you might want to have a look at, and that's the very brief introduction of my website. Hope you enjoyed the clip. Hope to see you on my website. Don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Wishing you successful trading. Bye now.